In this video, we are going to be looking at the difference between the MX Excel pivot chart and the MX Excel normal chart. Why both of them are similar, they have differences that you need to know to help you decide on which chart to go for when you're trying to create your chart in MX Excel. This is a pivot chart and this is the normal chart. And when I clicked on it, this was highlighted. Why this is a pivot chart and this is the source data. A pivot chart or a pivot table is that which is used to help analyze data in MX Excel. First off, if you look at this one, you'll see that there are field buttons there. These field buttons, while you can hide them as well, it helps you to quickly analyze your data. I mentioned that a pivot chart and a pivot table is that which helps you to analyze data, which helps you to make meaning out of your data, which helps you to make your data interactive. In a pivot chart, you have those field buttons that you can choose to use and filter them. If I want to have only the Q4 data being displayed, I can uncheck all, then select only that one, and it's going to be reflecting here. It makes it more interactive, and I'm looking at what I have, and I'm seeing my quantity as 399. It means that in the fourth quarter, the quantity I sold is 399. If I want to change that as well, if I want to see it across the third quarter and fourth quarter, I am still going to see that when I implement it, you see the figure changes. It helps make your data more interactive with the field buttons. If I want to see only February data, I can check everything and check only February. When I click on OK, this means that I did not make any sales in February. If I want to remove the filter, I also click on it, then check all, and everything is here as well. This is one difference between a pivot chart and a normal chart. I can't do those things here because it doesn't have that option, but I can effect any analysis I want to do on this pivot chart. If I want to hide the field labels, I can also do that as well. If I don't want to hide the field labels, I can leave them. If I want to hide the field labels, I click on it, I go to pivot chart, I go to field buttons and field list, click on it, and this is it. If field list hides this, then the field buttons, if I click on it to activate it, this comes out. If I don't want to activate it, I click on it and they disappear. The same thing as field list. If I want to effect any change, I can also do that from here. If I want to check sales by category, I can select here. I can remove whatever it is that I have already here. The sales and quantity, then I can bring the other ones that I want to see, which is sales by category here. If I want to make changes to my data, I can still edit the chart. In the next video, we are going to talk about how to edit your pivot chart and also your normal chart. This is the major difference between the two of them. I can use the pivot chart to analyze my data. I can use it to get different insights from my data and filter down and etc. But here, I cannot very, very well do that. Another difference between the pivot chart and the normal chart is that with the pivot chart, let's say, for example, this sales and quantity by year, I want this chart to only show me quantity by year. I want to remove the sales. If I click on select data, this place is grayed out. They add, they did, they remove, they are all grayed out. And this place, if I want to remove 2015 from my data, I can't do that because it's grayed out. But on my normal chart, when I click on the select data, I can effect any changes I want. If I want to remove quantity from this my chart, when I click on quantity and click on OK, quantity has been removed from my chart. And if you look at my legend, it's only showing me sales. It's not showing me the quantity because I have removed the quantity from here. But I can't do that with a pivot chart. I can only do that with a normal chart. The only change that the pivot chart can do is to switch my columns to my rows or my rows to my columns. That's the only one that it can do. Else, it can't help me edit the data. Here in the normal chart, I can manually select and add to my data, whatever. For example, I have sales and I have quantity. If I want quantity to show and I want another label to show, I can easily click on this. What is the series name? Row label. Click on OK. What is the series value? I can manually select the values that I want. I click on OK. And when I click on OK, I'm going to see that here. I'm seeing another column for row labels. If I click on OK, it's going to be affected in my data. I'm seeing sales, quantity, and row labels here because I've already added it. In the normal chart, I can easily select the data, remove the data that I want, edit and modify my data to pick the values I want it to pick. But in pivot chart, you cannot do that. The change chart type, I can change chart type both in the pivot chart and also in the normal chart. Changing chart type means, for example, I'm having this column chart and I want it to be a line chart. I can do that. I can change that both in the normal chart and in the pivot table chart. These are the two major differences between the pivot chart and within the pivot table. It means that depending on the kind of data that you work with, depending on how your company expects you to present your report, you know whether you will go for the normal chart or whether you go for the pivot chart. In the next video, we're going to be talking about how to edit both of them to perfection. If you find this video helpful, like, share, and comment. I'm Ifunanya Gabriel, the data lady. Follow for more.